Now to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Public transportation there is said to be among the worst in the region. Well, that could change soon, at least in the capital Kinshasa, which is set to overhaul its public transport network with a fleet of new buses. Our Paul Ndiho has more.
Traveling across a city with more than 10 million people can be chaotic. For years, residents in the Congolese capital Kinshasa have struggled with a poor and unreliable public transportation. Commuters often push and shove just to get onto a bus. Some even resort to climbing through the bus windows to hitch a ride. One concerned resident says commuters often have no choice but to use the old broken down yellow buses.
The buses known as 207 Spirit of Death are not roadworthy. The seats are too small and it feels cramped inside. We have risked accidents on several occasions. It is too risky to use.
But this image is about to change. The government recently introduced a new line of buses called TANKOL. The new Mercedes-Benz buses have a seating capacity of 55 and are much more spacious. HENRIQUET, TANKOL Director General, says there is a plan to expand the new initiative throughout the country.
We will gradually increase the number of new buses, well, as many as the government wants to provide, until we reach a point where we have met all the requirements of Kinshasa's public transport system.
Transportation analysts say this is good news for millions of residents in Kinshasa who have suffered decades of conflict and neglect that virtually destroyed the nation's infrastructure.
A new mode of transport will brighten up the city, especially with the new buses, which are modern and luxurious. I have noticed that people are really happy about these new buses.
The new buses are just like a drop of water in the sea. I have been standing here for almost 30 minutes and I noticed that in those 30 minutes I have spent at the bus stop, only 3 new buses have passed by. Open your eyes, look at this road, you will see that nothing has changed. The challenges remain the same. I think that the government needs to make an effort and order new buses.
DRC has some of the world's largest copper and cobalt reserves and rich deposits of gold, coltan, tin and diamond. And the economy is expected to grow by 8% this year, brightening the nation's outlook. Investors have been deterred by poor infrastructure and institutions ravaged by decades of mismanagement and civil war. But the government maintains that it is striving to strengthen the economic governance and development by improving the country's road and transport infrastructure. To ensure the smoother transition of the new buses into service, the government has implemented a new policy.
We don't want to completely phase out the 207 buses. What we want to do, which the government has also understood, is to have in place an investment program like the one that was set up in Dakar, Senegal, that would go towards renovating public transport. Meaning a slow phasing out of these vehicles, which are rejects from Europe, and replace them with vehicles that support the needs of a city like this.
The government-run company says it hopes to have a total of 500 new buses by 2014. But critics say those numbers are unlikely to be reached because of corruption and mismanagement by the government-regulated industry. Paul Ndiho, VOA News.